I'm kind of glad you didn't pick up. I kind of just called to hear your voice. I miss you. I've been thinking about you, and I've been thinking about our love, and how much I miss you. I miss being around you, hearing your laugh and holding your hand. I think of you every day. I hope and I wish that you're doing okay. I want us to go back to the old days, because I miss you, and I just thought of you. I miss being around you, hearing your laugh and holding your hand. I think of you every day. I hope and I wish that you're doing okay. I want us to go back to the old days, because I miss you, and I just thought of you. The idea of you listening to this, the thought of you on the other side of the line, I can't hang up. I don't want this to end. Not again. I don't know if you miss me too, but I hope you do. I miss being around you, hearing your laugh and holding your hand. I think of you every day. I hope and I wish that you're doing okay. I want us to go back to the old days, because I miss you, and I just thought of you. The idea of you listening to this, the thought of you on the other side of the line, I can't hang up. I don't want this to end. Not again. I don't know if you miss me too, but I hope you do. Even if things never go back to what we were, what I became so used to, what I thought would be forever.
Oh, that's reassuring, isn't it? You know, the capture card was working perfectly fine 2 seconds ago. Welcome everybody. What is potentially going to be... I've got the right window open here, haven't I? Yeah. Potentially going to be the final of Assassin's Creed. See, if I just turn that off and on again. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. I haven't done that for ages. Okay, let's put the microphone back where it was, so I can sit back in the chair. And maybe bring the Stream Deck joke closer a bit. There we go. Can I have that cable, Wally? Hand it over. But welcome in there, Gary and Frodo.
Haha, Gary!
Just as I was saying Gary's name. So, yeah, we left it last week. We were in a bit of a death loop. And I don't suspect that will change. just get that impression. But if all goes according to plan, this should be the final tonight. And then next week we'll be starting New Vegas, which I'm really looking forward to playing. Oh great, it's put us right. I thought maybe it would put us back on the map, and we could have chosen maybe to come back to this mission later. But nope, it looks like we're deathlooping it. Let's just try and do it slowly this time instead of... Well, maybe just try and see if we can eliminate everybody. Well, the camera's going weird. I have to remember what the bloody controls are.
I once considered them my patrons.
Oh, come on. Because he saw it coming. Okay, well, there's your first death loop. So, there's the potential that we may complete the game tonight.
When they're forced to go without food.
I wonder if we should... How do you change... And how... Oh, we've got 5 rounds. Oh, that's hardly enough, really, to... I mean, it depends how it works. I don't remember how this thing works. This looks like it may indeed be an Assassin's Creed game, Gary. The jury's still out.
To think I once considered them my patrons. But that was before the Prophet opened my eyes.
How do I... Ah, there it is.
Then I saw the evils of...
Who the hell's he shooting at?
The division it creates.
Okay, never mind. Second one. Modern Shadow of Mordor. Yeah, it's we had Assassin's Creed in Middle Earth.
The holdouts are when they're forced to go without food.
And now we're having Lord of the Rings in Venice. Okay, let's just try this again.
How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Well, we're off to a really good start here tonight, guys. Evening, Mr. Smith, as well.
We'll see just how tough the whole...
We are currently in combat against JD doing the Deathloop dance. You know he's secretly doing it.
They'll accept Savonarola as their leader.
Yep, Gary, this is indeed a great start.
Beyond me.
Hang on, where's he going to go? Can I save an ammunition?
To think I once considered them my patrons. Why are you here? But that was before.
Oh, come on. I'm getting more and more concerned about the squirrel thing because the lunchtime stream, Ada was talking about squirrels there as well.
They'll accept Savonarola as their leader.
Oh, I was hoping we were going to hit the water.
Medici family can still hold any sway in this city. He's bolting.
So that completion of the game we were talking about a minute ago. I should have had the counter on the screen. I never thought about it in advance.
If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader.
Okay, there's two guards up there, and there's a chap over there. We probably could have gotten that other fella. You can see the mangoes.
I once considered them my patrons, but that was...
Have you got 7 pre-typed in?
Then I saw the evils of commerce and the division it
Get down.
creates. I'm losing it. Savonarola will lead us into a new era. Which way did he go?
Oh. Is that Black Panda? Welcome in there, mate. Thank you for joining us. You catch us in a death loop as we are trying to complete it. We spent a good time trying to complete this mission last week, and it is slightly problematic. I'm going to go with the theory of trying again. I'm going to try and take out this fella if I can get him with the range. I'll take him out with the range.
How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Because there's 2 fellas at the top of the stairs there. There's one on the thing, plus there's a half dozen people on the actual boat itself.
My patrons. But that was before the prophet opened my eyes.
Let's just see if he turns around though, because we can't even do the assassination over the front.
And the division it creates.
Oh, there we go. Stabby. You missed this game. Yeah, it was, as I said before, it was on my to-do list. We played Assassin's Creed 1 when I first started streaming, 3 and a bit years ago. You can of course see the whole thing, the whole Assassin's Creed 1, and so far Assassin's Creed 2 is all over on the on the YouTubes. But yeah, we're finally getting back to it. And Saturday night is, well, apart from after we finish this one, we're going to be doing a bit of Fallout. But then beyond that, it's going to be playing through the rest of the series. I've played through a good chunk of the game, like the series. But some of the more recent entries I've not seen at all. Stabby. Can we crouch at all? Is that an option? So this fella here... Oh, maybe this is the opportunity to use the gun.
If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola.
Oh, come on. What's the count up to now? We are 13 minutes in. Technically 8 minutes in. And already 7. Never played after the Origin. See, I haven't played Origins or Odyssey. I stopped playing when... Oh, what the hell was the name of the one? Unity and Rogue. Unity came out on the Xbox One and Rogue came out on the 360. Which I understand that's now got like a remastered now for the Xbox One. Let's just go up here and we'll take out that fella stealthily again. Or it could have been the London one. I definitely one of them I played. I do have them all because I did like unboxings for the collector's editions back when they came out.
One of fraternity, equality, and justice.
Stabby.
All that remains is for us to cast off the shackles of our troubled past and accept.
It would be nice to play through them.
Savior and true leader.
And the same with the novels. I read the novels up to Assassin's Creed Unity, and I read half of the Unity novel, and the novel wasn't very good. So I kind of like stopped with those. I have picked up the other books because they were in like a 99p sale on on like the Kindle store one day, and I thought, well, I'll stick it in my library when eventually I'll get to it. Oh, hang on, let's hold this button. Get this out.
If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader.
Oh, come on, let me target him.
How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Come on, can I get close enough just to...
To think I once considered them my patrons.
Oh, have I got the wrong weapon selected?
The prophet opened my eyes.
Oh, I can't shoot from this position. Ah, that's a problem.
Then I saw the evil of commerce and the division it creates. Savonarola will lead
And I
us.
can't shoot from there because this stops it.
All that remains is for us to cast off the shackles of our troubled past and accept the Lord as our savior and true leader.
Definitely certain I can't shoot him. Nah, doesn't let me. Okay, Alright, in that case, can we do the thing? We'll just be patient and we'll wait for him to come back.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food.
Oh, you muppet. Okay, that didn't go according to plan. We still had the gun selected and not the stabby tool. Our trusty people opener was sheathed.
We'll see just
Okay.
how tough the holdouts are
We're on to...
forced to go without food. If they want to eat,
Oh, sounds like it's pouring down outside. Oh, that's an idea. We're supposed to have a storm tonight. If a storm kicks off, then obviously I'll have to shut down the stream.
they can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
So whilst we're repeating this one, what sort of mischief have you all been causing today?
I once considered them my patrons, but that was before the prophet.
Is Samwise still at work there, Frodo? She was just heading out to work when we were doing the garden stream today.
Then I saw the evils of commerce and the division it creates.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we may have overshot him a little bit there. Predictions. Yeah, we're going to put a poll in to see how many. Oh, I got a mission for one of yous. Right, I need a volunteer. Someone raise their hand and volunteer.
If they want to,
Because at lunchtime there, you guys put a reminder in, put it on Discord, to when prompted, Ada can join the challenge. Now, I don't know, I only wrote it just as the stream was starting, the 5-minute countdown. So, if someone wants to try !challenge at Ada, to make sure it's got the full thing
evils of
with
commerce,
the at in it.
division it creates.
Oh, that rain is getting heavier.
Savonarola will lead us into a new era, one of eternity.
It possibly won't work because I had no time to test it. Does that mean it did work?
All that remains is for us to cast off.
There is a 10-minute cooldown though on Ada being able to join the thing if it works. You beat your Ada. Shame. Shame, Mr. Smith.
He's here!
Oh, come on, man. Why does it have to be stealthy? Why can't it just be...
Shame. Shame.
Indeed, shame.
We'll see just how tough.
And Daddy Def, welcome in there, mate.
Forced to go without food.
10 times, Gary.
If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their.
I definitely want to kill this bloke. I'm sick of his... If they want to eat, they'll accept Jimmy McDougal Bob as their leader.
Cities beyond me.
Right, let's wait for this Muppet to turn around.
To think I once considered them my patrons, But that was before the prophet opened my eyes.
Yes, yes, the prophets opened your eyes.
Then I saw
Got news for you, mate. There is no God. It's all make-believe and fairy tales.
Savonarola will lead us into a new era. One of fraternity, equality, and justice.
Ooh, he snapped his leg back there as well.
All that remains is for us to cast off the shackles of
Clunk.
our troubled past. And accept the Lord as our savior and true leader.
1, 2, 3. Double stabby. Yeah, it's definitely the solution. We've just got to watch out for the fella that comes up there as well, because there's these two fellas on top of the thing there.
We'll see just
I think if I'm on the other side of that little landing, I'll be able to stab him into the water.
if they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader.
Who's I could hide behind this box until he passes, maybe?
How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Evening, Jaffa, and welcome in.
To think I once considered them my
Ooh, I know a fort. Headache with pictures.
before the prophet opened my eyes.
Yeah. Let's see if this way it works. I'm willing to wait for him to walk all the way back down here.
Savonarola will lead us
Because
into
what's 11 times in a row?
equality and justice.
Oh, you're back causing more chaos on that there as well there tonight, Jaffa.
Accept the Lord as our savior and true leader.
Come on, a little bit closer. I want to show you my two people openers. Oh, you taking the mic? He comes. Oh.
Not you!
Okay.
See just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without
Okay.
food.
Okay, I think that takes care of everyone on shore.
As their leader.
So now we're going to go around, and the bloke that's walking up the side, we'll take him out from here. Then we'll crawl all the way around the other side now.
To think I once considered them my
Oh, look at this. There's two of them.
but that was before the prophet opened my eyes.
A future 11 there.
Then I saw the evils of commerce and the division.
So there's two on either side pacing, two in front of him and two above him.
Savonarola will lead us into a new era. One of fraternity, equality, and justice.
Okay, now let's slowly do it.
It is for us to cast off the shackles of our troubled past and accept the Lord as our savior and true leader.
All the way around here. So the dock area should be clear now. I don't think there's anyone else hiding. One at a time. Apart from that bit where we have to clearly do a double assassination. Right, I'm going to hang here because I'm going to wait for the guy to come down the stairs first.
We'll see just how
Maybe.
tough the holdouts are when they're
Oh, there's
forced
another
to
one
go
right at the
without
front.
food. If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader.
Oh, don't tell me they've gotten into a sequence where they're... Oh, if they're going to both land at the same time.
Still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Okay, we'll have to observe the next loop.
To think I once considered them.
We're chucking them all over. Exclamation mark Hunger Games and volunteer as tribute.
We'll see just
District
how
5 for Mr. Smith, District 4 for myself.
to go without food.
Fallout New Vegas is getting further and further away. Whilst we're doing this though, oh, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake.
Any sway in the cities beyond me.
There he is! Là-haut!
Yeah, 12? Gary is volunteering from District 12 as we get our 12th kill. Or death. Oh, we got a District 5 team.
How tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food.
I need to have it put like what the theme is for the district when it runs.
How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Wait for him to go the other way.
Them my patrons. But that was before the prophet opened my eyes. Then I saw the evils of commerce and the division it creates.
Stabby, stabby.
Will lead us into a new
Yeah, we can do it. Let the games begin.
equality and justice.
Who will be the first to fall?
All that remains is to get off the shackles of our troubled past and accept the Lord as a savior.
Okay, well, those guards aren't there anyway. And Gary falls at the first.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our victor. The winner of the Hunger Games. A. Smith, 501. In a stunning display of wit and cunning, A. Smith, 501 has claimed victory in the Hunger Games. Your enemies never stood a chance against your strategic genius.
Yeah, clearly rigged. Mr. Smith won.
How tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food. If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola.
Yeah, he had your back.
How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Forever remember his fallen tribute.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food.
Yes, yes, holdouts, no food.
If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader. How the Medici family can still hold.
I mean, I don't think we can not kill him to avoid this this confrontation.
To think I once considered them my patrons. But that was before the prophet opened my eyes.
Probably not. I mean, we are making slow progress in
Division it creates.
in like slowly pushing forward into it.
Savonarola will lead us into a new era.
Because we can stabby this one.
Equality and justice.
Then we got these two fellas here that we can double stabby.
Stop the shackles of our trouble.
And apparently so that guy there apparently decided he was going to see. Yeah, Fallout is probably going to be another week away.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are. When
I mean, let's try an experiment. Let's leave the guy on the roof. That slows our progress down a little bit.
they'll accept Savonarola as their leader.
War. War never changes.
How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
I mean, can anyone else see us? I mean, can I go up here and maybe take him out? Like, take this route.
Opened my eyes.
Oh. How could he have alerted anyone in that time? Seriously.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food. If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader. How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
In the drink, quickly.
Patrons. But that was before the prophet opened my eyes. Then I saw the evils of commerce.
Okay, we'll wait this time for this fellow, maybe. Because when he's not there, it means that we can't be detected as we're messing around the back of the boat.
New era, one of fraternity, equality, and justice. All that remains is for us to cast off the shackles of our troubled past and accept the Lord as our Savior.
Oh. Why won't it snap to when we're trying to aim? You see, you're obviously making flirty responses to a question. 16 from Gary.
When they're forced to go without food.
And Mr. V, welcome in. And Mayhem as well, welcome in.
Want to eat? They'll accept Savonarola as their
I was about to ask Daddy Def a question, but he's already left.
Are the Medici family considered
Oh, bugger.
sway in the cities beyond me? To think I
Let's wait for him to go through here.
patience. But that was before the prophet opened my eyes.
Yeah, Lucy, you have to scroll back up through the chat and have a look.
And the division it creates. Savonarola will lead us into a new era. One of fraternity, equality, and justice.
I thought that was going to be a desynchronized there because we landed in front of him. Are you stopping at 100? Well, what was the name of that game we played, Never Alone, where we got like over 100 deaths as we played through the entire game? Right, in the drink. Carefully swim. Oh, why did you jump up there? Yeah, stay underwater. Breathe in deep.
If they want to beat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader.
Is it Snap Tomb this time?
Family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Is that another guard over there? Where'd he come from?
Consider them my patrons.
Or did he jump off the boat? Notice how the in-game is getting darker as well. The daylight hasn't reset.
Then I saw the evils of commerce and the division it creates.
Yeah, he was definitely off the boat. So that probably would have been a good opportunity to get him.
Equality and justice.
Okay. Let's, before we do anything, let's get that weapon out. The two on this side are no problem to take out from here, it would seem. We just got to wait for one of these fellas to...
Donato, what happened? Anyone see the killer?
Let's just get in the water there. That he clipped through the he clipped through. Oh come on, they did not see us. We're already around the back of the boat. Okay, we are 35 minutes in. Technically 30.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without.
Don't confuse them with the throwing knives.
If they want to eat, they'll accept.
Oh, JD will be gutted. He's missing all these death loops.
Are the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me? To think I once considered them my
Let's wait for him to get there.
But that was before the prophet.
And we could probably take him out there as well. There's probably enough time while he's facing that way to jump off and stabby
Then
stabby.
I saw the evils of commerce and the division it creates.
Okay, but
Savonarola will lead us into a new
it's getting darker and darker. Look, the street lights are even on now. The game's like, come on, it's getting late.
All that remains is for us to cast off the shackles of our troubled
Okay,
past.
that's them two down.
The Lord is our savior and true leader.
Oh, fall back, fall back. Get right into the corner where he can't see us. Right, he's on the move again. Oh, come on. If we could just... Why does it have to be stealth? There's no need for it to be stealth.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food.
Yes, yes, forced to go without food.
If they want to eat...
We heard you the first 18 times.
...as their leader. How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Right, he walks across.
To think I once considered them my patrons. But that was before the prophet opened my eyes.
Stabby stabby.
Then I saw the
Just FUD.
commerce and the division it creates.
just like the way he just rolled to his death.
Savonarola will lead us into a new era.
2,
One of
3.
Eternity, equality, and justice.
Double kill.
All that remains is for us to cast off the shackles of our troubled past and accept the Lord as our savior and true leader.
Isn't this how cults are started? Because we keep on hearing the same chant over and over again. Here we go. So we know he's too far away right now to do a pull-in assassination, but...
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food.
Okay, that's him away.
If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader. How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Then we'll come down here.
To think I once considered them my patrons. But that was before the prophet opened my eyes.
Nobody heard that.
Then I saw the evils of commerce and the division it creates.
Okay.
Savonarola will lead us into a new era.
Now we need to deal with the two walking back and forth on the other side. Then
All that remains is for us
the
to
two at the wheel,
of our troubled past and accept the
and then the
Lord.
other 3, possibly 4 guards should be okay. All right, let's just stay. I'm going to stay back a little bit because I think he must have a slight line of sight to this gap. So he comes, he stands there. His mate is somewhere. Yeah, I can see his mate just up there now.
When they're forced to go without food.
So he's now walking to the front.
If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola.
Oh, that's utter bullshit.
Now you die!
Not a problem there, mate. As I keep saying, as soon as Ada sees you there, pops in the shout-outs. But welcome tonight to definitely Deathloop Incorporated, sponsoring tonight's stream, as we've now repeated this mission 19 times. It's getting later and later in game. The game time hasn't reset.
To think I once considered them my patrons. But that was before the prophet opened my
Stabby, stabby. Yep, Frodo. Tonight's stream is brought to you by JD's Deathloop Incorporated.
and the division creates.
In a boss fight with low health and ammunition,
Savonarola
or a bottomless pit without a checkpoint, JD's Deathloop Incorporated, keeping you in the same action over and over and over again.
All that remains is for us to cast off the shackles of our troubled past and accept the Lord as our...
Yes, yes, cast off the shackles of your troubled past. We heard it the first 19 times. Oh, can you just stay underneath there, Ezio? I haven't got time to grip.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are.
No, move, Ezio, move. Don't get stuck on the terrain, move.
If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader.
There's two guys sitting... It's not that easy, though, Gary, because I'll climb up here and I'll show you. There's two guys standing there. There's two guys pacing back and forth on either side of the ship. I mean, I'm going to try this time to see if I can, after I've taken out the two on this side of the ship. Oh, can I get him? Alright, I'll take you.
The evils of commerce and the division it creates.
I'm going to go for it.
Savonarola
I'm going to try it.
lead us into a new era. One of
No, we've been caught. Too many on the ship. You got to take them out. It's just too many. What a pain in the ass.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food. If they want to eat, they'll accept Savonarola as their leader. How the Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me.
Oh, this guy's really good.
I once considered them my patrons, but that was before.
No, the guy who saw the dead guy was jumping up back onto the ship, and as he jumped back up, he's the first one to see me coming behind the other two fellas.
Savonarola will lead us into
Check out these ones there.
one of fraternity, equality, and justice.
Where's the other fella? Are we still walking back that way?
All that remains is for us to cast off the shackles of our troubled past and accept the Lord as our savior and true leader.
Why would he be interested if someone's walking up on this pathway here when there's all those civilians? Why is he calling us out? Whee! Let's just stay here for a moment.
We'll see just how tough the holdouts are when they're forced to go without food.
Okay, that's him dead. Right, and we're taking out these two from this angle, like this side of the ship. Because these two seem to go in the correct sequence, whereas the soldier on the other side, there's no way, I don't think, to kill these fellas like this on this side. Because I think the position of the armoured guard on the other side is definitely... His field of vision is...
Then I saw the evils of
Is it such an angle that he can see us clearly?
Savonarola will lead us into a new era.
Now this might give us a chance to do the two guards at the back. But it have to be really... No, actually, hang on. I might have an idea here. We were able to take out that other... Hang on, I need to climb higher. We took out that other fella from up here, didn't we? So the one that's walking up... Where are you going, Ezio? So the fella that's on here... We might be able to take him out from this corner, if we're lucky. Oh, if only we could have tracked them over. I would have tracked them over one at a time. Right, we're watching the fella at the very bottom of the boat. He's coming back. We'll wait for him to... There we go, that should be in the clear now.
The Medici family can still hold any sway in the cities beyond me. To think I once considered them my patrons.
Victory.
What have I done?
You tried to force...
What have you done? What have we done 19, 20 times in a row?
You must be told what to think.
No good has ever come of that. Benché il mio cuore sia turbato, la mia mente è lucida. Requiescat in pace.
Oh. Out of my way. Nothing to see here. We did it. 3 more to go. Right. Repaired memory. Repair memory. That is what we're going for, isn't it? Those are the targets. Okay, we'll head for this one. In the apparent pitch black now.
Another one taken to suit their cause, no doubt.
I must be leaving very soon. Now, in fact, vi saluto.
So, is there any more? Any more missions we think that require it to be completed without being detected?
There may be one bed left at the dungeon inn. No, really, it has its advantages.
Hey, what are you on about?
Inexpensive.
Time to donate only. No. There's no need to donate any points to the that particular cause. What percentage are we up to? I suppose, you know, you'll get your points back in the fullness of time. Yeah, I mean, you had it done within half of the time last time. Exactly, no one wants SnowRunner. Flag? What flag? Oh, one thing I forgot to ask Gary. Has the model dried out yet? Ah, there it is. That's where we're going. Oh yeah, any steps further closer to painting it?
Omnipotens Deus, Rex Regum et omnium gubernator.
Okay, where's the fella? Can we climb straight up? Apparently not.
Napoli. I've seen him before. Hey, where have I seen him before? I've lost.
Better not be a troublemaker.
No, it's so slow.
Wow!
You're actually not as big an idiot as you look.
Oh, don't, no. Detected. Oh, you're full of crap. If you do this one stealthy as well, it's going to be a long night, everybody. Reset the clock, Gary. $21. Are you going to be doing it as well, Gary, with like just paint, or are you going to do, you know, like, how you can get like the like grass and moss that you get, like I'm thinking like the things you get for like train sets and stuff like that to add add bits to it. I'm also assuming I'm going to the roof of this building here. Is that like a shortcut across? It looks like there might be some scaffolding over there. But there's enemies over here. Coming through.
Hey, spare a thought for us.
Everyone get your coffee pots on. It is going to be a long one. That's what she hopes she'd say.
Omnipotens Deus, Rex Regum et omnium gubernator, cuius potentie nulla creatura resistere potest, quid proprium est peccatores punire.
Yeah, you're going to get like some moss bits to add to it for the texture.
Penitentiam serva e libera nos.
What was he talking about? Pentiums there for a second? I'm sure that's what I heard in amongst all that. I don't get it right. You can climb up all these things normally, but because... Is it because we're on a mission? You know, mysteriously can't climb up some surfaces.
Semper servemur ab omnibus periculis ad glorificandum te, qui es unicus victoriae largitor, propter merita unigeniti filii.
We'll slide across this bit here.
Nostri Jesu Christi. Amen. Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas.
Anyone else thinking he's going to go splat any minute? Oh, he's not at the edge. Oh, that's a problem.
Panem nostrem quotidianum.
Can we get into that?
Et dimite nobis debita nostra.
Can we get... No, we can't. But this will mean we're detected.
Debitoribus nostris. Et ne nos inducas in tentatio.
Let's wait until that other fella goes away.
Sed libera nos a malo.
And the other fella goes away. We got him.
Where is he? I thought he preached the word of God.
I fear his sermon is a lie.
I led my flock astray. It's just... I wanted so badly to believe.
We all do. Vedrò compiuta l'opera di mio padre. Requiescat in pace.
Excuse me, gotta go. Ooh. People pate. Question is, did we qualify for completing the mission? It looks like we did. Technically a success. Okay, let's get this one up here next. I think that was probably just barely got through. Pavement pizza, exactly, Mr. V. What mischief are you getting yourself up to there, Mr. V? Over we go. Excuse me, coming through. Wow, he didn't give me a chance there, did he?
I would like to see you try. Peso. I have never seen a stranger man.
Okay, Ezio, don't attempt to climb. It's all good. Oh, you've been at the Skyrims. I really want to play through Skyrim again. I love that game. I couldn't even count the volume of hours that I must have put into that game.
It's quite simple, amici. If you desire care, you'll submit yourselves fully to our new ruler.
Let's see, did anyone else say that? I said without being seen.
Never seen him before.
Just hide behind the post. The guards can't see if you hide behind a post.
The choice is yours to make. Continue to support the Medici who have long since fled Firenze, or accept Savonarola.
Oh, if it would let me highlight him.
Why fight it? Why refuse?
Oh, hang on, these chaps might help me.
Strong of character and morals, he seeks to save us from ourselves. You have spilled the blood of a healer.
No, I've spilled the blood of a tyrant.
It's the Invisible Man.
Such power over the body, between this world and the next. It seems I grew intoxicated.
And now you grow still. La tua morte non sarà inutile. Requiescat in pace.
Excuse me, coming through. So we'll just do a little bit of runaway here and then try and see if we can just duck in somewhere and hide from these chaps. Too late, one of them's already seen us. Or can we get into that little box without being seen? There we go, nothing to see here. Okay, one more of these fellas to do. Then it's the final mission of this sequence. We should probably find a healer as well. There's bound to be one on the way. Yeah, there is. Actually, if we go straight west, we'll come across. I know we could just use medkits, but we'd have to go back to them to replenish them anyway. So we might as well go buy some new ones.
Get there! After him!
Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to need a healer here, I think. Again, we don't have any notoriety, and yet the guards are just kicking off with us.
Something is wrong here. Where is everyone?
Well, that's suddenly gone echoey. I wonder, remember a couple of weeks ago it went echoey. Maybe it wasn't the capture card that went tits up. Maybe this is actually a problem in the recording. I think we'll just let them desynchronize us because it'll probably be more time effective.
Any last words for your woman? I'll see her shortly.
They're taking their time here to kill us.
Quickly, so no risky strikes, men. Wait for a good opening.
There we go. Full health? Yeah, well, what's the count then up to there, Gary?
Something is wrong here.
23. Maybe it's the other week. It must have been a glitch in the game then, because he just said you should not be up here, and that didn't echo, so there must be some recordings that are in the game which... Hang on, we're going the wrong way here. Oh, here we go. There must be some recordings in the game which are defective. And, well, considering the quality control on this particular...
Florey, get out of my way!
What do you think you're doing? Slap me, mate. Oh, hang on. He had friends.
How long can you keep running, eh? He's getting away!
It's so dark, I can't see where anything is.
You're mine! Where?
Right, we're broken line of sight.
Let's you! There! There! Get him!
There you go, get down there, mate.
I see him! Not you!
In the maintenance of the Republic's armory and road patrol.
Okay. Gotta carry on.
Good people of Firenze, a message from the Arche della Lana.
Right, we're going to have a word with this fella here and see if he can glue us back together. I'd say. And we'll check our supplies. Yep, all and we haven't even used any poison yet.
Come back if you need me.
Okay, how far are we actually from where we're actually going to? We need to go north now to where we've come so far south from where we're supposed to be. So whilst I make my way back up there, what sort of mischief has all got lined up for tomorrow? And Gary, have you chosen how many fish you're actually going to get? Have you like already ordered them? For when the tank's all ready. Well, I thought those guards over there. No, it's not. Over we go. Skyrim, a farming sim. So when you're playing Skyrim, do you just play it as vanilla, or do you have like, do you just play it with like all different mods and stuff? Didn't someone make it multiplayer years ago?
To ferret out those foolish enough to play it, hero.
That would be fun.
Both entertaining and effective. Incoming, Chamo.
Assassinate the captain of the guard. Doesn't say anything about stealth though.
What a spectacle! I wonder just how long he survived. Another few days back.
It's definitely the game that's echoing.
Before he was finally put down.
Oi! Excuse me, mate. I'm trying to assassinate your boss.
Contains revolutionaries. Rebel. I've seen it all. Just excuse me. I believe you're a champion of the downtrodden there. A hero come to
Wow, this is problematic. Oi! Oh, these people are taking the piss.
You're making a very big mistake. You seek to challenge me. You just sound
Don't make me have to kill all these people.
boy. Come on, then. Let's see what you mean.
Ora! Back on your feet for more.
Okay, who's having a go? They're all going to come up here now. We're going to have to face them all. Face them all one at a time up here.
What's wrong? Ah, yes. You're still breathing.
Stabby, stabby. Evening, happy cat lady. You join us in Deathloop Central. Gary will give you the current count of the deaths. As this evening's official record keeper. Oh, these fellas with the bows are causing a problem as well, aren't they?
So, how would you like to go? throw, axe.
Oh, we're going to end up on the ground here, aren't we? Who's next? Run him through.
Soon there won't be enough of you left to bury.
Stabby, stabby him. Disarm this fella. Slit his throat. Notice how the boss guy is just standing there.
Life is short, and so is the time it takes to share a slice of cake. Can we indulge together? Happy_cat_lady.
Well. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. Oh, we're going down. Down to the next level of the roof. Oh, come on, why couldn't you cut his throat there? That would have been the opportunity. Oh, come on, Ezio. Break and fall. There we go. Oh, hang on. Fort occurs. Wasn't very good fort. I'm guessing he won't give us the time to shoot him. Right, forget it, forget it, forget it. Oh, we did it.
Is this truly who I was? So proud and cruel.
No. Savonarola bewitched you.
Did he? Or was it that I tasted power and found myself intoxicated? I wish I had been stronger.
As do I. Mi rincresce, ma non c'è altro modo. Requiescat in pace.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here. So what's it there, Gary? Yeah, so are you going to be back and forth to the store then, as you slowly add a couple more at a time? Like that'll be over the course of a couple of weeks then, until you get up to that capacity. Are they still on our tail? Quick, go for the bail. Go for the bail. Hide. And what was that as well there, Mr. V? Use mods, although... Okay, so is there like a mod hub sort of thing on the consoles now for it? How close are we going to pass to... Oh, it would be all the way over here at the bottom of the map, wouldn't it? You know what? We're going to cheat. We're going to fast travel to another map and then come back to this map. Because you can't fast travel internally, but you can leave the area and come back. See, doesn't matter where we go. See, when I played, it was when I did it on the 360. Of course, I got all the Xbox achievements for Skyrim. Click back in here. I want to hit that one right at the very bottom. There we go. But I know they released like the updated edition, didn't they? Because I bought it on Steam. It was just the normal edition on Steam. That was like way back then. And then all of a sudden in my account, the collector's edition or special like updated edition appeared in my account. I think they gave it to everybody.
Frodolotta33 wants to bouncy with Frodolotta33. Is all set to marry Gary D. Steele and are going to kill Gary D. Steele.
Obviously, Frodo, sorting things out yourself was a lot better. So you kill Gary for the insurance.
Come forward.
Right, let's just heal ourselves up and we will purchase whatever is missing. Yeah, the special edition type one, I can't remember his exact name, but yeah, because I said that one just appeared in my account and I've played a little bit of it. But one thing I was able to do as well, I don't think you can do it now, but back then I was able to get my Xbox 360 save and I connected the hard drive up to my laptop at the time and pulled the save file out and then unpacked the save data from it and put it into a PC version save. So I was able basically to transfer my save from the 360, and we've actually played that save on stream because it was about 3 years ago. Sunday night used to be Sunday Night Stroll, and we did like walking simulators. So we spent a night walking around in Skyrim, walking the perimeter of the whole world.
Better for now. Prevention is the best cure, I always say.
Where are we going? This way.
You expect us to do? Give you an award for being an idiot? Was yours. Fair enough. Keep it up. You are a public menace.
Up and over, straight line to where we need to go. I also added the only mods I've ever used myself on Skyrim is there's like these like free HD mod things which just give you like better textures for the game. And I added the companion, which was how the hell pronounce her name? Talia or something like that from the Hobbit, from the Hobbit movies. That is obviously not from the books. The crazy woman that plays the Wasp in the Marvel films. I completed a quest that gave me.
You've done well, Ezio.
What happens now?
What? 2 seconds.
Silence! I demand silence! Why are you here? Why do you disturb me? You should be cleansing your homes, cleansing yourselves. There are bonfires to feed, prayers to be said, penance to be done. You will do as I command! You will submit! No!
Find the apple, Ezio! It can't be far!
Kill the bug. Yeah, what was I saying? I remember like the armor that I had. Oh, bugger. The armor that I played with in the game, once I got it, was one that whenever you're attacked, like an enemy comes to you.
You'll end like the others. You'll want to run now, stronzo.
Stabby. Oh, apple retrieved. Okay, let's run away then. I thought I had to like search them. Whenever you got, whenever an enemy became like aggressive towards you, like a sort of like black mist surrounded your armor, and it just depleted the health of any enemy that was standing within like, I don't know, like 5 meters or something of you. So whenever I used to go into combat, I barely used to. After I got that, I barely used to get my weapons out. You know, I'd just be standing there. And just, especially when you encounter things like, the wild animals and stuff, just stand there and let them come over and attack you, and just, that was it. Their health, they would run up towards you and they would just pass out at your feet. See, I used to love playing it, but there was a person who used to be a part of our group many years ago. He used to stream that one, and he kind of like he just spoiled it for after what he did.
What is going on here?
It's the same like for royalty with Skyrim and what's that game everyone was playing on the Switch? Mortgage Simulator that everyone was playing on the Switch with the animal sort of people or something. He spoiled that for her after she'd tons and tons of progress. She had like all sorts of like special edition stuff, and he took it all.
I am also a slave to the terror his presence breeds, but there is a... We pride ourselves on delivering good quality.
On my website, I have some pictures because I got the collector's edition of Skyrim for the 360, and it comes with the statue, the big statue of the dragon. I've Animal Crossing. That sounds about right. Yeah, it probably was the Animal Crossing one. The one where you like it's Mortgage Simulator. And I want to be on the other side of this building.
That's so he'll kill himself.
And I've got all my I collected all like the blind bags of the minion figures, so I had the minions being attacked by the dragon. There's some photos of it somewhere on my website. I'll maybe put them on Discord later on if I think on.
You must be of one purpose.
Now, is that the conclusion of this chapter? No audio, of course, because the DLCs are completely broken. Saying that they may have not actually recorded the dialogue for it.
Oh Lord, show mercy. Deliver me from evil's embrace. Surrounded as I am by sin, I cry out to you for salvation. Oh Lord, show mercy.
No one deserves to die in such pain.
In Felix ego.
Oh crap, what button? Oh, do I have to actually go there and do it? Okay. I was just going to try and see if I could use the gun, but it wouldn't let me do the weapon selector.
It's you. I knew this day would come. Please, show mercy.
I have. Ma ora, che sia il tuo Dio a giudicarti.
His face is gone.
Requiescat in pace.
It's already been burned off. This should put us on to chapter 14, which should be the final chapter.
Silenzio! Silenzio! 22 years ago, I stood where I stand now and watched my loved ones die, betrayed by those I had called friends. Vengeance clouded my mind. It would have consumed me, were it not for the wisdom of a few strangers who taught me to look past my instincts. They never preached answers, but guided me to learn from myself. We don't need anyone to tell us what to do. Not Savonarola, not the Medici. We are free to follow our own path. There are those who will take that freedom from us. And too many of you gladly give it. But it is our ability to choose whatever you think is true that makes us human. There is no book or teacher to give you the answers, to show you the path. Choose your own way. Do not follow me or anyone else.
Definitely some texture fun in this game. Memory 13 complete. Hopefully now we move to one where the textures are all intact. Okay, let's just have a little spy before we continue. Sequence 14. It's only got 2 missions in it. Uh-oh. Well, I thought it had a little bit more in it. Okay, let's go. We'll jump by the healer whilst we're here. We might as well stock up. And we'll check the armour as well, because it's bound to need repairs at this stage. Never know if it's got 2 sequences, unless we have to do it stealthily. In New Vegas. Oh, I'm looking forward to being able to play Fallout. There was a thing that I'd heard about it years ago from Fallout about the hang the medics this way.
Traditional remedies.
About Fallout 4 in one of the missing missions. And it popped up again today on TikTok. There was like a minute little video about it.
Farewell and swift recovery, amigo.
Because there's a mission where you sort out a fella in a submarine, but originally there was supposed to be like a whole like story that went along with that. There you go. That's all fully repaired. We don't need any of that ammunition. 23 inside. We haven't really used bullets successfully, but we'll restock.
Signore. Return anytime.
Which way? I got myself turned around there. And there was a thing about somebody had like, because the texture files were there for the squid monster, and they've they've used a texture file to build what the monster would have looked like. It was this big squiddy thing. I know we don't need it, but we'll just take the money anyway. The town is fully upgraded.
Ezio!
It is time, Uncle. Let us finish what you and my father started all those years ago.
Indeed. Perhaps now we can finally make sense of this prophecy and put a stop to whatever it is the Spaniard is plotting.
We should start by locating the vault. The Codex pages will lead us to it. Let's take a look.
Decipher. We already did the Decipher Codex pages. Do I have to click on this? Oh, yeah, interact. Yeah, interact. There we go. Oh, we're going to use it with the Christmas ornament. I've got one of those on my desk. It lights up. I think I'll take a picture of it. Someone do a reminder.
It's a map of the entire world, but there are lands shown here that do not exist.
Apparently they do exist. I imagine they've yet to be discovered. Or rediscovered.
How is this possible?
Perhaps the vault will hold the answer.
Do you see where it is, then?
No. It can't be. The vault. It looks like the vault is in Roma. Then the Spaniard. This is why he became Pope.
Now I understand. It's not the vault alone he's gained access to, but the staff as well.
What staff?
The Codex always spoke of 2 keys. 2 pieces of Eden needed to open the vault. One is the apple.
And the other is the staff. The papal staff is the second piece of Eden.
For years, no, decades, we've sought these answers.
And now, at last, we have them.
But so too could the Spaniard. And if he does, if he finds a way into the vault, its contents will make the apple seem a trifling thing.
I must go to Roma and find the vault. What are the rest of you?
We'll do what we do best. Cause some trouble in the city, giving you the freedom to conduct your search.
Just let me know when you are ready, Nipote.
Okay, I just want to check the DNA sequence again. This really awkward and cumbersome DNA sequence. Yeah, so that is one mission complete. So yeah, this is the final level then. It's got to be. I'm sure there's not a sequence 15. Hive mind activate. Check on Google and see how many Figme Watsits there are.
Roma beckons, Ezio. Let me know when you are ready to depart.
Unless this is going to be a really, really complex mission. Do we have to do anything in the real world as well at the end of this one? I can't remember. I know that in some of the games you're back and forth into the real world. It sort of breaks the momentum of the game. Infiltrate Sistine Chapel and assassinate the Borgia bloke. A Spaniard. Oh, too far out. I'm guessing where this is telling me that we're going to be taking this wall all the way there. Oh, you have to check that one there, Gary. Do we have to do it undetected? What are we betting that we have to do this undetected? Yeah, so that's an idea, Mr. V. Is Brotherhood the next one? Because the two that follow, I always get mixed up as to which order they're in. Because it's been that long since playing them. So is Brotherhood the next one? And what's the other one called? I'm thinking Revelation? Or is it Renaissance? I could be getting confused with the title of a book that I was reading a few months ago. Wow, that guard is brilliant.
He's here!
Stealth is optional.
Any last words?
Have at in front of him!
Come on, Paul boy.
On the side, now!
Stabby at you, mate. Ooh.
This day is your
Impaler style. So yeah, Brotherhood. Yeah, Brotherhood is the next one. Yeah. We'll be doing that after we do Fallout New Vegas. So we'll complete Fallout New Vegas, which will be our Saturday game going forward, and then it'll be on to Brotherhood.
Your entrails will soon decorate the piazza.
Stabby. So why we couldn't just continue climbing over everything? Oh, it's got spiky bits, so we can't.
See that cut of cloak with that man?
Search the area! I want
Laying low here, amigo.
Good hide, man.
Got you!
Wow, these guys are pretty, Wow, he's caught in a little glitch in the Matrix. Let's change position so that they might start attacking. I'm guessing this fella here is going to be the... Oh, that's a rare occurrence. Both of them attacked at once. That normally never happens.
You'll have to take risks. Strike dead. This one.
There we go. Stabby, stabby. But hang on, isn't there Assassin's Creed 3 before Black Flag? I'm sure it isn't Black Flag number 4. I'm just going to punch this fella, I think, until he submits.
Come, the devil's longing to greet you.
And he's done. Oh, hang on, could we have just climbed up here and escaped him? Oh, this fella here was really useful. Yeah, so we do those ones there, then there's AC3, and then the Black Flag. What comes after that? Is Black Flag, does that go on to Rogue? And or... what is the full order for the series then? Oh, hang on. Definitely certain that I can't glitch my way over there. Oh no, it's definitely got something to stop us from doing what I was trying to do there. Because we have Rogue, there's the London one, there's the Unity one, there's like an Egypt one, and is there a Greece one? Have I missed any just from that round? I don't know the order I'm putting these out in. Was there a Viking one? Or is that what's coming out? No. It was something else. Something else is for the Maharaja or something? Rogue, then Unity, Frodo, for those ones there. Odyssey and Origins. So, which one is? Which one's in which place now? We're gonna have to try and think. Oh, hang on. TV going into auto standby. Valhalla, yeah, that's another. I've missed quite a few. I've definitely got the London one, and I know I've got Unity. Beyond that,
Where do they cut cloaks like that? Milano.
Wait, that man. That hood.
well, it was worth a shot to see if I can get as many as I could there. Hang on, can I break combat here for a minute? Because the archer is Oh, come on, Ezio, run, you muppet.
You are not going anywhere!
Right, come on, hammer boy. Oh, we couldn't counter him that time.
Only cowards fighting a
I
hood.
hate these
Get out front of him!
Ma che cosa aspetti?
Around the side. Now!
Oh, we still couldn't counter him.
Cut him off.
It's okay, we're doing the wiggly hand move.
Careful, boys, he's no novice! We work together!
Alright, let's get the sword out. These fellas are a pain in the ass.
Around the side. Now!
Oh, I'm going to say, that was the opportunity to cut his throat. Alright, next door. Guessing the switch is above us. Oh no, checkpoint of some description.
Assassino! Assassino!
Oh great. Oh, it's horsey time. Revelations is in... Yeah, I remember that one, yeah. In Turkey, was it then after Valhalla, there is the new one coming out. Or out already. Yeah, I got no idea what the date is for that one. So probably Odyssey, Valhalla, then Origins. So which one is which? With I know Valhalla one's going to be the Viking one. Which one is the Egypt one? Oh, and hang on, Gary's got it here. Gary has so Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Revelation, Assassin's Creed 3. We have Black Flag, number 4 for Black Flag, then Rogue, then Unity, and hang on, the line just jumped. Unity. Then we have Syndicate. That's the London one, isn't it? So we've got Syndicate, then Origins, then Odyssey, then Valhalla, and then we've got the Maharaja one, which is it's coming. Which could potentially be already out. We don't know. And Evening Samwise as well there, and welcome in. As I hated Odyssey Origins, they suck. Didn't they well, I'm sure there wasn't a bit of a backlash or something about the quality of. Maybe that's what it is. Because didn't they say they weren't going to just be pounding them out every 25 minutes? Egypt is in Origins. Happy Cat, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting to the stories that I haven't seen, but we have to play them in order. In September for the new one. Also, it's not that far off, is it? I think we're starting a new month next. Oh, Samwise potatoes. We're starting a new month next week, which also means that I'm really behind on my accounts because I still have to do a stack of invoices here. Guess what I'm going to be doing on Monday? Oh, Gallop. Coming through.
I'll send you to your grave.
Right, we'll do the rest on foot. Wow, that horse really...
You're not getting past.
Close the gate!
I beg to differ, guards. You're not getting past. Oh, come on. Ezio's not even trying. But are you still at work there, Samwise? Oh, come on. When we have to restart this checkpoint, we may have bollocks things up a fair amount. Oh, you can't really run across these, can you? Right, there's nothing to go that way. No. Keep a grip, you muppet.
Clear the road. He's losing us. Faster, ragazzi.
No.
There he is, Laju. Faster.
Come on.
Right here with you.
Oh, I had the wrong weapon selected.
Our maestro de la tortura is so good. You'll be telling him my secrets, his secrets.
Break combat. Get the guy with the arrows. Come on, have a go.
Die quickly, capito. I have an appointment within the quarter hour. Oh, any last words for your wife?
come on. Why is it not doing the like? Punchy, punchy. Now we clock him one with it. Right, what are the odds that Ezio's going to hit that bale? Okay, we'll hang here for a moment. But you're still hard at work there, Samwise. Could we potentially sneak up on those chaps there?
Another mercenary.
Oh, never mind. Oh, we got the tough one though.
There! There!
And apparently Ezio then took some kind of spasm.
Out of my way! Faster!
Come on, come on, come on. Up we go. Checkpoint. Oh, why? 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 Don't force me into badly choreographed combat.
He's getting away!
Right, just get up there. Checkpoint.
He won't outrun me.
Oh, you want the death loops? There we go. Stabby stabby with him. Stabby stabby. Go join me in the haystack.
All right, who saw the killer?
Me. I mean, if he had just waited till 9 o'clock, he could have gone in with the tour. Oh, are you playing Assassin's Creed in Middle-earth, Frodo? Double stabby.
Why are you... Eccolo! Stop him!
Oh. There you go. You take a nap guard.
That's you!
Now!
Double kill.
There!
I think we have to actually... Oh, you see the way he just ragdolled there? Right, if we hide over here, they might lose us. Hang on. There we go. We've lost the guards.
The blade slides home! That's you! There!
Samwise Gamgee wants to bouncy with Frodo Lotta 33. He is all set to marry Samwise Gamgee and are going to kill Frodo Lotta 33.
Don't move! I'm not going anywhere! I don't see him anymore.
That's definitely an obscure insurance policy that you've got there. Oh, come off it with your bloody stones. Just let me Halo run it. It takes too long to fight these people.
I see him! Not you!
Alright, fine. I'll kill you.
Samwise Gamgee Lotta, your love life will take an unexpected turn. You'll meet someone who thinks pickle juice is a romantic beverage. If you're willing to embrace the quirky, you might just find your perfect match.
Now we have to ask questions of Frodo there, Samwise. He does love his pickle juice. I was wondering if we can get some med kits out of these people. Oh, look, medicine. That's good. Yeah, definitely something not right with that lad. Oh, what's this? Desynchronization detected? Oh, what now? Oh, right. Something worked. Excuse me, fellas, coming through. There you go, I'm here to cover your shift.
Merda! Cazzo! Cazzo! Merda! Cazzo! Cazzo!
I don't know if that counted as one. I don't know entirely what happened there, Gary.
Must be a francese.
Just let me go! I'm nobody! Not important! Get back home!
Merda! Cazzo! Cazzo!
Condottiero, he certainly has the swagger.
Stabby stabby. Yep, you have to wait for the cooldown.
Perla malora! I want no part of it!
Run! Via! Madness! Damn it! Run! Run!
I wonder if I should search these fellas. Just I don't know how many loot crates, how many medkits we've got. So maybe let's have a quick rummage. So we're going to take interfering with a corpse off on the
Swiftly find its way to hell!
the bingo card. JD, oh JD, you have missed some death loops tonight, JD. I hope you're doing all right there. What's it? Gary has the count at 23, and most of those, well, 20 of those were in one mission in the first 30 minutes of the stream. But welcome in there, JD. How are you doing there tonight? Are you still surviving on your hardcore world? This and Brotherhood are your top two game. Yeah, the Assassin's Creed series. Well, this is Assassin's Creed 2 that we're on at the moment. Approaching the final. We're almost completed it. But yeah, for what I've played of the series, obviously we've just been discussing the recent ones that I haven't touched. But yeah, Assassin's Creed, the SEO story is really, really good across the games. It's annoying when you go into the future times, which I don't know if did we decide if there was like a present day a bit at the end of this one? I can't remember. But welcome in there as well though. How do I pronounce that? Celestial Danger Noodle. But welcome in there, mate, and thank you for joining us. And still surviving, and yeah, you missed the death. You just have to watch the replay over on the YouTube's JT. Maybe if I get the energy, I'll do a supercut for you. All the deaths, and there was loads of glitches as well in the DLC that we did at the start of tonight. Just continuous missing textures, invisible people. Walking eyes and teeth.
Et in unum Dominum Jesum Christum, filium Dei unigenitum.
Alright, I'm guessing that we're going to go onto there, across there, and then...
Deum verum de Deo vero.
And then make the kill. Can we? I'll try to see if we can see the roof, but we can't see the roof in this one.
Qui propter nos homines et proper nostram salutem descendit de celis.
Now there's a few soldiers down there.
Spiritus Sancto ex Maria Virgine et homo factus est. Crucifixus etiam pro nobis.
As always, I won't talk over what will be the final cutscene.
et sepultus est.
Stabby, stabby time.
Tertia die.
I thought I was beyond this. But I'm not. I've waited too long. Lost too much. Requiescat in pace, you bastard.
I don't think so.
Boss fight.
How is it you resist? I see. Kind of you to bring me the apple. Now give it here.
Well, I guess the missing textures persist.
Always the fighter, just like your father. Well, rejoice, my child, for you will see him again soon. You will give it to me.
As you wish.
Fascinating. An impressive power, this. But if you think it's going to save you, you've another thing coming.
Stabby, stabby time. Oh, apparently stumble time as well.
I'll cut you down.
I doubt the disarm thing will work on him, so maybe we just give in and get the sword out now and just go.
You cannot stop me.
Can we grab him? Oh, there we go. Quickly, everyone. Pile on. Oh, great. He has immunity when he's getting up as well. That's going to be a problem. One of our companions could maybe grab hold of him. They're almost like our companions on Mass Effect. They're not really doing anything to help us in combat. I haven't decided if we're going to do Legion's 2 missions next week, or we do every single side quest remaining. And then that would mean the following week we would do Legion's mission, and then the week after that we will complete the game.
A clever trick, but useless.
Oh, come on, two squares of health. Kick him when he's down.
You cannot stop me.
No, we cannot stop you, at least for another 2 games.
No, you will not take this from me.
It's finished, Rodrigo. Lay down your arms, and I will make sure the end comes swiftly.
Really, Ezio? And would you give up so easily were it the other way around? Why don't we find out? At last. And now, to deal with you.
Find the secret passage. I wasn't sure if it was going to conclude the game there or not. Hang on, which is the button? So it looks like there's some stuff going on here. And down the obvious hole. Oh, now it's all lit up. Oh, let's do some health. Might as well. There was a glitch where you kill an orc and it will break dance.
What is this place?
What was that glitch we were talking about last night, Frodo? That was clearly a glitch in the game. Turned into a feature. I remember this room.
Open, damn you! Open!
It's over, Rodrigo. No more tricks. No more ancient artifacts. No more weapons. Let us see what you are made of, old man.
All right then. If that's how you want to play it.
What do you even want with the vault, Rodrigo?
Don't you know what lies within? Or do you mean to tell...
Figure what out?
God. It's God that dwells within.
We've definitely not got our... Oh, we can't put our weapons in.
A more logical location than a kingdom in a cloud, don't you think? Surrounded by singing angels and cherubim. Makes for a lovely image.
Just the way it just goes FUD over.
What do you think you'll do when you open that door?
I don't care. It's not approval I'm after. Just power.
And you think you'll give it up?
Whatever lies beyond...
Okay, we just slappy him all the way around the outside of the wall of this arena, and that maybe will finish him off.
Made for felling gods.
God is meant to be all-knowing, all-powerful. You think a couple of ancient relics can harm him?
Come on.
You know nothing, boy. You take your image of the creators from an ancient book. A book, mind you, written by men.
Two more squares. 2 more squares of health.
You dismiss the central text of your faith?
Are you so naive? I became Pope because it gave me access.
See, if these people didn't spend all that time gloating, they could have finished us a lot sooner. I bet you instead of having to have a conversation with them, I'd have just finished them off.
Just like every other religious tract written over the past 10,000 years.
Go on, kick him when he's down. Or apparently don't. Ah, right, it's because we're ready for an animation.
You can't. You can't. It's my destiny. Mine. I am the prophet.
You never were.
Get it over with, then.
No. Killing you won't bring my family back. I'm done. Nulla è reale. Tutto è lecito. Requiescat in pace.
Here we go. This is potentially the conclusion. Sequence 14 complete. Anything in these side chambers? Oh, never mind. It draws us in. Ah, it's missing torso.
Greetings, Prophet. It is good you have come. Let us see it. to give thanks. We must speak.
Who are you?
Many names. When I died, it was Minerva. Before that, Merva and Mera. And on and on. The others, too. Juno, who was before called Uni. Jupiter, who was before called Tinia.
You are... gods.
No, not gods. We simply came before. Even when we walked the world, your kind struggled to understand our existence. We were more advanced in time. Your minds were not yet ready. Still not. Maybe never. No matter.
Breaking the fourth wall.
You may not comprehend us, but you will comprehend our warning. You must.
None of what you are saying makes sense.
Our words are not meant for you.
What are you talking about? There's no one else here.
Enough. I do not wish to speak with you, but through you. You are the prophet. You've played your part. You anchor him, but please be silent, that we may commune. Listen. When we were still flesh and our home still whole, your kind betrayed us. We who made you. We who gave you life. We were strong, but you were many, and both of us craved war. So busy were we with earthly concerns, we failed to notice the heavens. And by the time we did, the world burned until naught remained but ash. It should have ended then and there. But we built you in our own image. We built you to survive. And so we did. Few were our numbers, your kind and mine. It took sacrifice, strength, compassion. But we rebuilt. And as life returned to the world, we endeavored to ensure this tragedy would not be repeated. But now, we are dying, and time will work against us. Truth turned into myth and legend. What we built, misunderstood. Let my words preserve the message and make a record of our loss. But let my words also bring hope. You must find the other temples, built by those who knew to turn away from war. They worked to protect us, to save us from the fire. If you can find them, if their work can be saved, so too might this world. Be quick, for time grows short, and guard against the cross, for there are many who will stand in your way. It is done. The message is delivered. We are gone now from this world. All of us. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
What the fuck?
And there we go. The conclusion of Assassin's Creed 2. Let's just move these bits around here. Put the controller over there for a minute. And just anatomy, welcome in there. GG at the stabby stabby. Yes, we've completed Assassin's Creed. Oh,
Go before they do. Desmond!
Yeah.
All right, Sean, I need you and Rebecca to get everything in here packed up and loaded into the truck. You and I'll deal with the Templars.
What, they're here?
It was only a matter of time before they discovered us. To be honest, I'm surprised it took them as long as it did.
Let's go.
Okay, picks up controller again. Oh, I knew there would be something in the real world.
So, what's the plan? We ditch this place and then what?
There's another safe house. We've got company. The truck's just up ahead.
Okay, let's take out these fellas then. At least it gives you something to do while the credits roll, I suppose.
Mr. Miles, this is an unexpectedly pleasant turn of events. And here I thought I'd have to waste more men on you. Kind of you to save me the trouble.
What do you want, Vidic?
For you to come home. We miss you terribly. There's still so much work for us to do together.
It's not happening, Warren.
You continue to disappoint in every conceivable way, Miss Stillman. I saved your life once, do you remember? And this is how you repay me?
You saved me so you could keep experimenting on people, destroying their lives. And for what?
Oh, this tired argument again. As I recall, you were there, at my side, every step of the way. Their blood is on your hands just as much as mine.
You need to stop him.
I'm on it.
Oh, so you're skiving off on Monday then? Now we have to remember how to fight everybody without having the button prompts on screen. Just gonna wait for the counter kills. Stabby, stabby. Oh, that was over. Hang on, is she attacking us? Alright, every single counter failed. And is our companion not going to help us at all? Maybe he's just a little stabby stabby? Okay, next wave. As I work today, then return I get to work on Monday as well. That sounds like a good exchange there, Samwise. I'm assuming we have infinite health. And do they just keep coming wave after wave whilst we're What's the credits roll? Stabby stabby. Where'd she go? I was distracted momentarily.
Uh-oh, Doc. Looks like it's just you and me now.
Enjoy your victory, Mr. Miles. Temporary as it is.
And White Coat Clubber, welcome in there as well, mate.
There you are! Come on! Help Lucy into the van! Hurry, Desmond, we need to go!
You'll have your turn, Desmond.
And is that
Warren's gonna get what he deserves.
Adaviz01? I can see you sending me whispers.
What now? Where are we headed?
There's a cabin up north. We should be safe there, at least for a little while.
But you join us, White Coat Clubber, at the conclusion of AC2.
And then what?
Here we go. I've got you all hooked up. Got a long drive ahead of us. Figured you might want to play around with the Animus on the way.
All right, but I got some questions first. I mean, what the hell was that in the vault?
What you saw proves everything I was afraid of. The Templars aren't our biggest threat. Not by a long shot.
So what, the sun is? What's it gonna do? Cook the Earth?
I doubt it, but I don't know. There's been some speculation that the Earth's magnetic field is weakening. A sufficiently strong flare could flip the poles and cause a geomagnetic reversal. It's all theoretical, but if it happens, the planet could become geologically unstable. Very unstable.
It's meant to be the stuff of pseudoscience, but clearly something catastrophic happened to the people of the first civilization. And that woman, what was her name? Minerva, was it? She seemed to think we were due for a second round.
So either way, we're fucked.
Until the next game, anyway.
We'll keep reviewing the tapes, and you can keep digging through your memories. Maybe there's more to discover.
All right. Guess I better get started.
So I take it now, it's going to drop us back into the world. I assume that would like allow you the time to just get any of the last things that you didn't collect. The other things that are available in the game we're not doing. We didn't do any of those like side quests, like assassination missions and the time trial things. We more apart from like doing the viewpoints, because those are useful, and of course where we had to get the codex pages. Either there was no tracker for those in the DNA sequence, or there was there. Oh shit! I hit the paddle. Never mind. Picked up the Elite Control tonight. Don't normally use it for Assassin's Creed. Action complete on the Uplay store, apparently. So yeah, this just drops us back in here. Let's get the monies. So yeah, so we're back in the Villery place. Technically ready to. That's how you're supposed to get up here. Right, where was the actual entrance then to this place? We went kind of straight past it, because I think this is the mother's room, because she's supposed to drop off the feathers every now and again, but we haven't really bothered collecting them. Just like a handful as we've gone across. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we conclude Assassin's Creed 2. Let's press the button here. I hope you've enjoyed this series. Assassin's Creed will return. It will not take us years to come back to Assassin's Creed. We were going to do Fallout New Vegas starting next week, and we'll progress through that game, however long that takes. And when that is complete, we will then come back to... Oh, bugger, which one did we say it was? Hang on, can I scroll up through the chat? Where did Gary put it in? Right, here it is. So Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is the next one, but that will be after New Vegas. So yeah, it would be that one there, but as I said, we'll do New Vegas first. And what could possibly go wrong? Once again, thank you all for joining there tonight, and for the series. We probably would have finished it. My goal was to finish it last week, but we did so many death loops last week on that mission. Because as well, the temperature in here is absolutely phenomenal right now as well. I don't know what it is when we play Xbox games. The temperature in here just skyrockets. But let's have a look and see who's online that we can go and harass. Decisions. Rated him the other day, if not yesterday. This is personally, I'm gonna have to go and see who the hell they are, because they must have changed their name. I do not recognise it at all. I'll tell you what, let's go and see this lad here. I think we rated him at the start of the week, but we'll go and see what he's up to. He is playing Boobies? What the hell is that? Right, the title of the game's got me curious. Okay, we're going to jump over. We're going to say hello to the ear there. So once again, thank you all for coming on. Tomorrow we are going to be playing, in theory, No Man's Sky. I'm going to quickly fire up No Man's Sky now to see if any of the interfaces, I don't know, did you have to create an account or anything like that nowadays? I'm going to check it just to make sure it all works. Now I'll turn all the graphics up to 11 as well, because last time we played it was like on the old graphics card. So I'll quickly do that now before I go to bed. Well, I say go to bed. I'm going to watch Stargate and play Stardew Valley. Okay, so that's tomorrow, and on Monday as well we have another new game that I've not really ever played, which is Euro Truck. We may just be stuck for a whole 2 hours on the menu screen, but if you guys have played Euro Truck and can guide me through it, that would be really appreciated. Because I got as far as the menu is just so primitive looking, and it's overwhelming and crazy with all kinds of junk all over the place. I was like, what the hell have I walked into? And then the vehicle just kept on dying on the motorway. No idea what was going on. Should I use my controller for that, or should I use keyboard and mouse? So I was wondering if it might be like my finger might be sore on the trigger if that's the accelerator. Surely a big truck has like a cruise control or limiter or something on it. We'll find out on Monday. So thank you all for watching. Have a good night. And I haven't got the right button on here as well there. And as well, everybody as well, thank you as well for joining for our garden stream today. It's been ages we've been trying to get one done so that we can see the babies. Hopefully it won't be as long before we get the next garden stream. But thank you all for watching. Have a good night, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.